Hey guys, it has been a long time since I posted a video, but I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for staying with the channel. I wanted to get going with this summer's hot events in Bremerton 2025. Some cool stuff going on. Weather's going to be fantastic. It's already warm out. I can't wait. So be sure to watch all the way to the end to see what's going on and mark your calendars. What's up everybody, it's Cassandra Lopez with the Living in Bremerton channel. If you're new to the channel, you're going to want to go ahead and subscribe. This channel is all about living in Bremerton and the surrounding areas. So whether you're new to the area for the first time, or maybe you've been here for a while and just kind of want to know more about what's going on, subscribe and hit that notifications button so you never miss a video. So currently, right now, it is the week before the 4th of July. 4th is on Friday. So I hope this video makes it out before then. There is one event that actually happened last weekend that, like, why am I even talking about it if it's already in the past? Because it's going to happen again next year, so you got to mark your calendars. This one always sneaks up on me and I miss it half the time anyway, and that is the Bremerton Bridge Blast. So the Bremerton Bridge Blast takes place the last weekend of June, and it's on the Manette Bridge. So the Manette side of Bremerton. Manette Bridge connects Manette, which is a part of East Bremerton, with downtown Bremerton, which is part of West Bremerton. So anyhow, so that's where the event takes place. They line up all the fireworks, the bridge is closed. It's like a really cool thing, and there's a ton of residences kind of around there on the waterfront, so you can get a really good view from lots of locations around there. Anyway, so it was this past weekend, the 28th and 29th of June, and I totally missed it. It snuck up on me. I'm not in 4th of July mode yet, and that's why, like, I don't know why they don't have it on the 4th. That would make more sense, right? But they don't consult me in the design phase. So anyway, so mark your calendars for next year, and I'll try to get this video out like a couple weeks sooner so we don't miss it collectively. Speaking of the 4th of July, there are tons of fireworks shows going on this weekend, Friday specifically. So if you kind of just Google 4th of July shows near me or something like that, if you're local here in Kitsap County or Bremerton, you'll see ones for like Port Orchard, the St. Clair Inlet. There's one on Bainbridge, Kingston. I think Silverdale, Dyes Inlet, they do one up there too. And then Polsville, I think they do their Liberty Bay one on the 3rd. So you're going to want to check that out if you want 2 days in a row of fireworks. Mid-month, for our military aircraft enthusiasts, there is the Bremerton Airshow. Bremerton Airshow, it's 2 days. It's the 12th and the 13th of July. It's at the Bremerton Airport, which is down Highway 3, almost to Belfair. And it's gonna have all kinds of acrobatics and like cool, fun stuff you'd expect to see at an air show. Fun for all. They just redid the restaurant down there, so it's really great, and it's kid-friendly. Bring your sunscreen. It's supposed to be sunny and hot. Also happening the 12th and the 13th of July is the grand opening of Quincy Square. So Quincy Jones, if you're not familiar, is a musician, producer. He lived in Bremerton for a time, and he found his love of music here as a child, and so Bremerton holds a very special place in his heart. So between the mayor and the Downtown Bremerton Association, they kind of all got together and decided to redo this section of downtown and name it Quincy Square. So it's on 4th Street in between Washington Avenue and Pacific Avenue, and it has been under construction for, I don't know, the better part of the last 6 or 8 months. Walkable only, you know, they have it all partitioned off, no cars. They painted this fabulous mural on the side of the parking garage, and so it's got a really lovely, colorful mural. They're gonna have statues. The festival itself is gonna have music and local artisans and food and all this yummy stuff. So maybe you could go to the air show one day, Quincy Square grand opening the other day. I know I'm for sure gonna be there at least one of the days, so it should be a lot of fun. If nothing else, I'll get some great footage for my channel. Into the first weekend of August 1st and 2nd at the Bremerton Boardwalk is going to be Taste of Kitsap. So this is like Taste of Seattle or Taste of Los Angeles or Taste of New York or whatever, like where you're from. If you have like a taste of, this is our version. So it's down at the boardwalk. Again, nice and hot summer weather. It's probably going to be dry, so bring your sunscreen, but it's going to be right on the water, so hopefully a little bit cooler with that sea breeze coming off. But it's going to have tons of local vendors, and they come from all over the state and even Oregon to our event. So we're going to get some really great samples of really good stuff that's available out there. And they pair it with maybe some bubbly, maybe some wine or beer or whatever, and some music, because we always have to have music that goes with everything. So that'll be a fun weekend if you're looking to sample some of the local fare. So the very next weekend on August 9th, that's my birthday, is going to be the Kitsap Wine Festival. That is going to be right next door to the marina at the Harborside Fountain Park. Harborside Fountain Park is designed after the sails of submarines, and all the fountains look like sails. Anyway, it's a really cool little, very small area that they turned into a park. It's right next to the ferry terminal. It's got little wading pools for the littles if you have kiddos with you. Well, probably wouldn't bring kiddos to a wine festival now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, so local wine, again, we have tons of wineries here in Washington and a lot in Oregon too. So we're going to have a lot of local stuff. So maybe not the larger wineries that we see everywhere, but like some of the local smaller ones that we have here locally. So that should be a good time. If you are a fair goer, we have our very own Kitsap County Fair and Stampede. That takes place at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds in East Central Kitsap. It's kind of like the north end of Bremerton, almost to Silverdale. And you really can't miss it. I mean, you just can't miss it. Anyway, so there's like a rodeo, and there's probably going to be like some monster trucks, and there's probably going to be some music. We get some really big names coming to our fair, so I'm not sure who's lined up for this year, but the links for all the things will be in the description, so you can go check it out and see who's going to be here. But yeah, your typical like fair going stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be the 20th through the 24th. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if you want to budget for sort of mid to end August, that is something that a lot of people don't miss. And right about this time, mid to late August, is when all of the blackberries are like super ripe and falling off the vine. So we do a lot of stuff with blackberries. So the 29th of August, there is the Blackberry Blast Pickleball Tournament. Now, you're probably familiar with pickleball. It's picked up, see what I did there? Very quickly across the country, and it's very popular. Well, fun fact, if you didn't know that, pickleball was invented right here in Kitsap County. There's a family on Bainbridge Island who just kind of turned their property. They built a little court, and they turned it into just kind of like a fun thing for the family to do when they were having, you know, people over or whatever. And it totally caught on, and like now it's like super famous and everywhere. And now there's a tournament. So the 29th, there is a pickleball tournament, so you can participate or just watch, because that'd be fun. That's going to be at Lions Field. Lions Field is off of Lebo Boulevard in Bremerton, and it is a beautiful park. It's enormous. It's right on the water. You have views of Warren Avenue Bridge. You have views of the Bremerton Yacht Club. So it's a great place to have some outdoor activities and super, super kid friendly. And finally, to close out the summer, which I'm sad talking about because the summer just started, but we'll get there, is Labor Day weekend is the Blackberry Festival. So that's downtown Bremerton, and on their website they say we celebrate all things blackberry. So they'll have desserts and jams and jellies and wines and all kinds of things made out of. They'll have like leather stained with blackberries, so it's like purplish leather that they use the blackberry juice for. Like, they get really creative in what they do with that, but it's a really good time. It's all weekend long. It's Labor Day, kind of like the unofficial end of summer here, where it just kind of closes everything out because schools start the very next week right after Labor Day. So that's kind of a fun thing to bring the family to and kind of like round out your summertime events, and it's a great time, fun to be had for all. Also, some ongoing stuff that we have are like farmers markets are wide open right now. So everywhere you go in the county, there's going to be a farmers market like that day, right? Like Kingston is Sunday. I think Bainbridge Island also might be Sundays. Silverdale is Tuesday. Bremerton is Thursday. And Port Orchard is also Saturday. So there's some really, really fun ones, and they have lots of good stuff there. I like going to at least one a week somewhere, sometimes twice. So the Bremerton Farmers Market on Thursday is really great. It's at Evergreen Park, which is right on the Port Washington Narrows waterway. You can see the Warren Avenue Bridge on one side and the Manette Bridge on the other side. Pretty fabulous park. The Bremerton Farmers Market has tons of food too. So like if you just don't want to like make dinner that night, you just take your kids to the farmers market for dinner, and they've got tons of food trucks and tons of barbecues and all kinds of stuff going on there. So definitely you can take your pick of whatever you want, and then also sample like actual farm fresh produce and meats and eggs and all kinds of good things that you can pick up there that I love stocking with, because it's like, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. Help out the local farmers and you get fresh, super fresh stuff that just came from like 5 miles away versus 500 miles away. And I don't know, I just love farmers market. There's also the First Friday Art Walk. So the first Friday is the first Friday of the month. There is the Bremerton First Friday Art Walk. And so every first Friday, it's kind of at a different location somewhere in Bremerton, and different shops will be open late. Maybe they'll have some samples, maybe they'll have some art on display or whatever. And so you can kind of just walk. It's meant to be walkable from place to place, and you can kind of just have an evening out, but really explore the local, you know, scene. It's really kind of cool. And there's other events similar to that around the county. Like there's some that are like the second Saturday walk or whatever. So just depending on where you are, look it up and see if there's something like that fun going on. Guys, I'm so glad you stayed all the way to the end. It's so good to see you again. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I promise it won't be that long between now and my next videos. I hope you found this video helpful. Planning your summer events in Bremerton, whether you just moved here or maybe you're like visiting for a weekend, you want to see what's going on that weekend. So if you need any support from me, my email, my phone number is right here. You can call, text, or email me. Let me know how I can support you. Hope all is well with you. Bye for now.